Antarctica is arguably one of the most inhospitable places the planet has to offer. And yet, since the 19th century, this almost endless ice landscape has attracted adventurers, researchers, and discoverers who take on any hardship to be able to take a look at the frosty Antarctic for themselves. However, the land and sea areas around the South Pole also repeatedly come into focus when it comes to a completely different topic. Namely, when it comes to the exciting secrets that lie hidden in the eternal ice. We'll now show you which 10 exciting finds have already been recorded in Antarctica and which legends accompany them. Before we get started, be sure to hit the like button and ring the notification bell to stay up to date with our future videos. Also, stick around until the end to learn about one of the most unexplainable Antarctic discoveries so far. Pyramid Mountain. In 2016, images of mountains shaped like a pyramid in the middle of the Arctic went viral. Many argued that these structures looked like they were man-made and may have been evidence of an ancient civilization that lived in Antarctica. The structures were found in the Ellsworth Range in Antarctica and led to fast-spreading rumors that an ancient civilization built the structures more than 100 million years ago, long before our earliest human ancestors appeared on Earth. Images of the mountains can be seen in the shape of a pyramid on Google Earth. There's certainly no secret, even though we have no idea where they may have come from. It's worth noting that these supposed man-made pyramids are, at a minimum, 4,000 years old and about 10 times the height of the Giza pyramids. However, scientists insist that these supposed pyramids were not created by ancient humans or any other form of an ancient civilization. Instead, the official consensus is that they occurred naturally over the course of thousands, maybe millions of years. We don't know exactly what caused them to take the shape of a pyramid, but as far as we know, there's no real evidence that they were created by hand. Gigantic structure. Basically, the remoteness of Antarctica offers the best conditions for putting secret projects into practice. For this reason, it's often assumed that the endless ice landscape is the scene of top-secret missions again and again. In 2012, this controversial theory was once again to be given new fuel. At that time, an attentive user came across a mysterious structure on Google Earth that simply did not want to fit into the usual landscape. In the picture, we see a gigantic structure that's no less than 22.5 kilometers long. But what is the background of this strange thing? In this regard, the wildest speculation is circulating on the internet. From a secret government research station to a UFO landing pad, you'll find practically everything. Secret Nazi base. Aside from the belief and rumor that an ancient lost city existed in Antarctica, some people believe that the continent once housed a top-secret Nazi base that would have been the size of a small town. Simply called Base 22 or New Berlin, the alleged fort is said to have been used not only by the Nazis, but also by the Illuminati. The rumor claims Nazis were overly obsessed with the occult. We know the Nazis had many secret bases as an emergency escape plan in the event that their regime went south, which it thankfully did. One of these bases was recently found in an Argentina jungle back in 2016. During World War II, there was a race between several countries to claim land in Antarctica, and allegedly the Germans claimed a portion of the continent as German territory and sent an expedition team to map the area. They discovered a geothermal lake where they supposedly established their base to conduct secret experiments. Another rumor even goes so far as to claim that the Nazis came across alien technology there and somehow made contact with aliens shortly thereafter. The theory claims that the Germans wanted to do deep research on this technology and potentially create real-world versions of UFOs that had been witnessed in the sky for decades before then. We don't know if any of this is true, but it's certainly scary to think about. Lost continent. Unbelievable but true, the relics of an ancient, long-forgotten continent could be hiding under the meter-thick ice of Antarctica. At least, that's what the satellite data collected by the European Space Agency suggest. Between 2009 and 2013, the Earth's gravitational field was studied by an unmanned spacecraft. As part of the data analysis, the scientists were able to create a geological 3D map of Antarctica. This look under the ice finally brought the unbelievable to light. The fractures in the Earth's crust have amazing similarities with those on other continents. It seems as if these could be put together like a kind of puzzle. From this, the researchers concluded that these so-called cratons once formed the supercontinent Pangaea. Contrary to what was previously thought, Antarctica does not appear as a homogeneous block from a geological point of view, but consists of 3 parts that are composed differently. Penguin mummies. No matter how cute the Adelie penguins may seem at first glance, the truth is these flightless seabirds are some of the toughest creatures the planet has to offer. Adelie penguins make up the southernmost colony of penguins on our planet and brave the extreme conditions in their homeland. A few years ago, however, researchers in East Antarctica made a grisly discovery. They stumbled upon a collection of hundreds of mummified penguins that appear to have died in one fell swoop. The exact background to this mysterious mass extinction is unknown. An explanation is based on the consequences of climate change, but a precise analysis is still pending. Hidden worlds. Lake Vostok gives us a fascinating glimpse into the mysteries that still lie dormant beneath Antarctica's massive ice sheet. The subglacial freshwater lake is more than 3,700 meters below the ice and is 250 kilometers long and 50 kilometers wide. In fact, we've only known about the existence of this body of water, which is up to 1,200 meters deep, since 1996. The fact that the gigantic lake has not frozen over despite an average temperature of -3 degrees Celsius is thanks to the high pressure under the ice cover. This pressure also ensures the extremely high oxygen content of the water, which is why it cannot be ruled out that Lake Vostok could harbor living beings despite its extreme location. So far, we've discovered 370 subglacial lakes in Antarctica, but how many hidden worlds really lie in the secluded depths is uncertain. Map of PIRI REIS. In 1929, Mustafa Kemal commissioned Ataturk to carry out an inventory of the Ottoman Palace Library. As part of the work, an ancient nautical chart was finally recovered, which has since repeatedly been the focus of exciting theories. Made in 1513 by the Turkish admiral, the map shows us the central Atlantic, in addition to regions known at the time such as Western Europe, North Africa, and North and South America. We also find a coastline here that seems to depict part of Antarctica. But how is that even possible? According to official historiography, Antarctica was not explored until 1820, more than 300 years after the PIRI REIS map was created. PIRI REIS himself stated that he used at least 20 other maps when making his map. Some of these depictions date back to the time of Alexander the Great. So, did the Turkish admiral make a few blunders in his work, or was Antarctica actually explored much earlier than the history books would have us believe? What do you think? Feel free to let us know in the comments below. Bizarre life forms. Eternal darkness, freezing cold, lack of food sources. There are truly more life-friendly regions than the depths of Antarctica. And yet, a few months ago, researchers managed to discover a sedentary life form 900 meters below the Antarctic ice sheet. The camera lowered into the borehole caught strange formations on a rock, which have round heads and thin, stalk-like outgrowths. The discovery of marine creatures was a real shock. In fact, the existence of sedentary life under such extreme conditions was previously thought to be absolutely impossible. What the detected creatures are in detail has yet to be found out. The experts suspect that we're dealing with sponges. LEIDOS Defense Company. LEIDOS offers a wide range of services. It doesn't matter whether you have questions about information security, data analysis, or system integration. The U.S. software manufacturer is at its customers' side with advice and action. The group's clients include police authorities, military facilities, and last but not least, secret services. This sector is of particular importance. In the 2013 and 2014 financial year alone, almost 80% of revenue was generated through cooperation with U.S. intelligence services. Because of this, the company is repeatedly credited with being involved in top-secret government projects. This is also the case in Antarctica. The research station run by LEIDOS is said to be pursuing a goal that should be kept secret from the world public at all costs. What this secret government organization is doing and how it pertains to Antarctica is largely unknown, and it's incredibly unlikely we'll ever have the answers to this mystery. Operation HIGHJUMP. It was March 3, 1946, when the USA started a gigantic military maneuver in the Antarctic. To this day, people are still puzzled over why 4,700 soldiers, 13 warships, and 33 airplanes set off for the eternal ice. Officially, Operation HIGHJUMP, which lasted until March 1947, was all about research. Accordingly, detailed maps of the Antarctic coast should be made. It was also necessary to test the military equipment for its suitability in the extreme cold. If you follow the adventurous conspiracy theories, however, Operation HIGHJUMP actually had a completely different background, namely the destruction of the aforementioned Nazi base in Antarctica. Allegedly, the remnants of the Wehrmacht had just managed to repel a British attack, and the maneuvers of the Americans did not seem to be crowned with success either. Accordingly, HIGHJUMP was canceled prematurely, officially because the weather conditions continued to deteriorate. Whether we believe in Nazi strongholds in Antarctica or not, there's no question that the story of the follow-up operation, HIGHJUMP 2, is exceedingly odd. In 1950, nothing stood in the way of the mission. Everything was ready. The crews, ships, and equipment were ready. But then came the unexpected news. The venture was called off a few weeks before the start date, allegedly for cost reasons. And the Nazis, well, according to the conspiracy theories, they were finished off in 1958. As part of Operation Argus, the United States detonated 3 high-altitude nuclear bombs. Supposedly, this was done to break the last resistance of the Wehrmacht in the eternal ice, if it ever truly existed. All right, folks, now it's your turn. What do you think of the exciting discoveries and theories we brought to you today? We're already looking forward to your comments. Feel free to give our video a thumbs up and subscribe to stay up to date from now on. Thank you for watching. Have a good one, and see you next time.